Well, hello, welcome back. And to new viewers, I'm Josh and she's Diane, and we make narrowboat YouTube vlogs. But we're doing something a bit different today. We're doing a bit of exploring, and we're trying to find out what happened to the Fenny Compton Tunnel. So join us. Right, so I think we've finally made it down to the canal now, and we're on the crossover bridge, and as you can see, where's Fenny Compton Tunnel? I don't see a tunnel.
No tunnel.
Where's Fenny Compton Tunnel then? And as you can see, it's as straight as a dime, and if you did not know, Fenny Compton Tunnel is on the Oxford Canal, which is a contour canal built in this between 1769 and 17 come on, remember it, what was
76?
it? No.
79?
No. 70? Oh, I don't know. No. 90, yeah, 1790. And which means it's a contour canal. So it follows the contours of the land because they didn't have the proper mechanisms and things they did with building like railways, where they could build cuttings and embankments. They did it the cheapest possible and easiest possible way. And you would look at this and think, this isn't a contour canal, this is a cutting. And well, obviously they wouldn't have built a cutting for a canal built like a really early canal built in the 1770s, which obviously is the first telltale sign that used to be a tunnel here. But where is the tunnel gone? That's the mystery. Right, firstly some history. The Oxford Canal was built with the aim of linking the Coventry Canal with the River Thames. The Act of Parliament was passed in 1769 and the lead engineer was James Brindley. However, Brindley died in 1772, so his assistant Samuel Simcock took over. By 1774, the canal had reached Knapton, and the next section to Banbury would require a tunnel here at Fenny Compton. What's interesting is, if this canal was built 70 years later, this section would have just been a cutting like what you see on the Shropshire Union Canal, built in the 1850s, with much deeper cuttings than this. What's funny is there's no photographic evidence of Fenny Compton Tunnel, so no visual evidence at all, because photography wasn't invented until 1860s, long after the tunnel had been removed. The tunnel first opened in 1776, and it ran for just little over a kilometre, and had a number of wide sections to allow for two narrowboats to pass each other. The canal proved highly successful, and with increased traffic, Fenny Compton Tunnel began to become a bit of a bottleneck, and in 1838 the Oxford Canal bought the land above the tunnel, with the idea of opening the tunnel up, and by 1840 the tunnel was now 2 tunnels, one 307 metre long tunnel and the other a 413 metre long tunnel. And it was at this point the canal company came up with the idea of making some money back from all this money spent on the excavating of the tunnel. And they did this by building a brick kiln in 1841. And the very clever thing that they did was use the clay spoil from the earth above the old tunnel to make new bricks. And they did this until 1915, when finally the clay ran out. Right guys, so I'm here on the site of what used to be the brick kiln, which was put here to actually exploit the clay that they got from all the extra spoil from on top of the tunnel. So they would get all that clay and they would burn it here, and then they would transport it on the canal. Really, really efficient that is, and biodegradable. Yeah, so it's put here in the 1860s, and there's really not much left. There is something interesting here. But behind me, as you can see, there's a winch that would have gone down to the canal. I'm not sure how long the brick kiln would have been here. I think it's shut in 1917, I believe, or 1919. So it was here for quite a while, and this makes sense that this winch is still here, because they would have dropped cargo down this winch on like a little lift system, and it's almost like an inclined plane that they would have had for narrowboats, which is like sort of like a narrowboat elevator, bit like Anderton boat lift, but not. I don't think there's any working inclined planes left in the UK, but plenty of canals use them, and the brick kiln would drop the cargo down on a winch, and it would use gravity to bring it back up. Brilliant way of doing things. But I'm going to try and see if I can find any other remains of the brick kiln up here, because there's got to be something in there. Let's have a little look. Wow guys, bingo! Ah, what a find! I wasn't expecting to find this. This is absolutely amazing. You're going to want to take a look at this. Oh wow, there's actually something left, guys. Albeit not a lot, but there is something left here. Wow! Mum couldn't make it up here because she couldn't get up the path. She would have loved to see this though. Something left of actually the brick kiln. Wow, look at this. 15 years later, in 1865, the canal company finally made a decision to remove the tunnel entirely. The southern end was opened up by 1868 and the northern end by 1870. Because the tunnel was removed, several bridges were required, including an iron trough which carried a stream that fed the Wormlington Reservoir. Unfortunately though, it's been removed. But in the end, was it really worth it to remove the tunnel? The channel really isn't that much wider than the tunnel anyway, making it a bit unwise for two boats to try and pass each other. Nowadays, very little is left of the tunnel, other than the name of course, which is still on maps today. So Mum didn't look very far, but there's a side path just up here. So I've come to get her. But yeah, that's the end of our little adventure today. Really cool find, I'm not going to say because Mum hasn't seen it yet. But I didn't expect to find that. And it's, yeah, really cool. But yeah, what a mystery. Full of interesting facts and interesting history. Yeah, it was a great little explore. So if you do want more of these videos, please like and subscribe. Stay tuned.
Keep watching.
Yep. And please ask if you want more, because we are going to make more as well. Just not now and again, because it's not often you find something interesting to make a video on the canals. So whenever we do, we're going to probably make a nice little video on it for you. But yeah, what interesting sight this was, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys learned something about the history of Fenny Compton Tunnel, the tunnel that is no longer there.
Yeah.
Disappeared, gone forever.
And that sign, when you first get it, is butterflies at Fenny Compton Tunnels. There's no tunnels.
No. Weird. Okay.
Well, see
Thanks
you
for
later,
watching.
guys.
Bye.
Bye.